like we talk about Pat Summitt, and a lot of people don't know Pat was a hooper. Can you kind of just tell us about Pat, Ann Meyers, and Lucy Harris, of how good of a basketball player the woman was?
Well, Pat, she was from Henrietta, Tennessee. She was country strong, right? She used to like wrestle horses and whatever. I guess I'm the only player that has played with her, for her on the U.S. team, and against her in college, Old Dominion, Tennessee, because I was so young. Pat was one of those, she was kind of like a Harrison Barnes. She was just strong, smart, reliable, a great passer, a rebounding machine at 5'10", because she was that country strong. She never quit, and just kept coming and coming at you. And was captain of the Olympic team, tore her ACL one year. And I don't even know how she came back to play in the Olympics, because they didn't have the sophistication in medicine technology at that point. She was just tough. I had to guard her every day in practice, and it was like a war. I mean, it doesn't matter if you were 30 feet away, she's going to box you out. You knew there was a choice. If you're near her, you're going to get hit, or you're going to go around her and you're not going to run the play. So I learned a lot from her, and she was obviously so smart, but she was just, tough as nails. Lucy Harris was built like Adonis. She was, 6'3", 6'4". She was strong, immovable object. If you gave Lucy the ball down in the post, it didn't matter. And I'm not joking on this. We're playing an exhibition on our way to Japan. We put the ball inside. There's a picture of 3 little Japanese players hanging on Lucy's arm and their feet not touching the ground. She was like lifting them up, powerful. She could do anything, and she would talk like this. She was very, very soft-spoken. She scored the first basket in the Olympic women's history at 9:02 in the morning. She was just a great teammate. She was my vet, right? You all have a vet. Most people go, you have a what? You know who your vet was, who took you under their wing? Lucy was my vet. She quietly would walk into my room and just sit on the bed and, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I don't have anybody to talk to. Like, everybody's so much older than me. And she would just listen. Ann Meyers. I asked at the first tryout in 1974, I said, who's the best player here? And they went, her. I said, what's her name? They said, Ann Meyers. Then at the Pan Ams in 75, every practice at tryouts, if Ann was in this line, I was right behind her. If she ran this way, I ran that way. If somebody had to guard her, I guarded her. I figured she was so good that they would want to know who the kid was who was guarding Annie Meyers. It's like wanting to guard Jordan.
Yeah.
Like, he's going to get by you anyway. He gets by everybody. But I believe in my heart that I made the Olympic team because I guarded Ann Meyers in every practice, every scrimmage. And that's how I got noticed. And she was amazing. She was smart. She was quick. She could shoot. She could run the point. She could play the 2. She played like a boy.
We had the opportunity to go to see D. Wade get inducted to the Hall of Fame last year in Springfield. But while we was there, we had the opportunity to see them induct the 1976 team into the Hall of Fame. When they inducted that team, and it's been a long time coming, how was that feeling for you? How was the appreciation for that, the Hall of Fame, to do that for you?
Even though you was already in the Hall of Fame, by yourself, Yeah.
I was personally happy for the 76 team. I was sad that it took so long because I've lost 7 members.
Yeah.
My head coach, my assistant coach, my trainer, the Gene Rowland, who was our manager, Pat Summitt, Lucy Harris, my roommate, Charlotte Lewis. We've lost so many of those players. and they, more deserving of me, should have had the right to be on that stage.
Yeah.
And that was my initial thought. And then there were 4 or 5 of us that were there. Those women never thought they would get their flowers.
Yeah.
You know, Pat Summitt, Ann Meyers, myself, we're lucky. People have just been so nice to us our entire careers. Until Lucy died and Shaq and Steph did her, you know, Queen of the Court documentary, nobody knew how great Lucy Harris was.
Yeah.
I mean, she had to die for someone to give her minute. She deserved more than a minute. She's one of the greatest ever. And so I was thinking that, you know, the athletes that were there that have these rings and these jackets, whatever happens going forward, they at least know they didn't make money, they didn't have fame, but they were the first women's Olympic team ever.
They started something.
And they started something, and we medaled. You know, we got the silver. We stood on that platform. There is nothing like bending over and having that medal put around your neck and representing America